to Plot Twist Please. I'm Shemaya. It's like papaya, except it's not. And today, I am going to be talking to you about hyposensitivity versus hypersensitivity and how I cope with it. So if you're not aware, I'm autistic, and on this channel, I like to advocate for BIPOC, neurodivergent people, and I will talk about general wellness principles and mindfulness practices as well. If you haven't checked me out on TikTok, by the way, do that. I've hit 1 million likes, and I'm hoping to hit 50,000 followers by end of June, and hopefully I'll get to 100,000 by my birthday. That's the goal. So if you would do me the pleasure of liking this video, subscribing to this channel, or going over to TikTok and following me over there, where I talk about very similar concepts, but it's more of short snippets and little sound bites. Here is where I get to kind of spread it all out and let it marinate. Kind of get to massage your brain a little bit. Hopefully your heart too. So do that if you haven't already. Also, I keep doing this thing where I'm like not looking at the camera, but I'm looking over there, because in my brain I'm like, oh, it's all the camera. But no, that's the camera. It's you. You right there are the camera. Got it. Now, if you're not aware of what autism is, it's also abbreviated as ASD, which is Autistic Spectrum Disorder, and it's something that you have at birth. It's genetic. Hyposensitivity is especially something that people who are autistic tend to deal with or tend to have. Abnormal decreased sensitivity to sensory input. It's also called sensory underresponsitivity. Now, a lot of people aren't familiar with hyposensitivity when it comes to autism, but more people are familiar with hypersensitivity, which is the stuff that you see in movies where it's like, it's too bright, so, you know, the person has to wear sunglasses, or, you know, sunglasses indoors, or something is too loud and it freaks them out and they start booking it, especially if it's a young child. You know, they'll run into the street, which is dangerous, or they'll run out of a room because something happened in the room that was really jarring and was really loud. And that happens, and that is the experience of some autistic people, but more people than you think have hyposensitivity. It can be auditory, it can be visual, it can be what's called tactile, which is like how you feel different textures. It can affect your taste, and it can affect your affinity for spicier foods versus mildly seasoned food. I think that's me. I think that's my bag, because if it's not making me cry, it's not spicy enough. If I am not sweating and heaving, it's not spicy to me. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm ethnic. Who knows? Maybe a little bit of both. I'm not complaining. I be eating good over here. I do put chili powder in everything. Yes, I do put chili flakes in my breakfast cereals. No, that's a little extreme. I'm just kidding. I do put them in my eggs, though. When I do have eggs, I haven't eaten a lot of meat recently, but when it's the time, the sriracha, the spices, the hot sauce comes out. So just to be more specific, there's auditory hyposensitivity, which can include little or no babbling as an infant, talking through independent tasks out loud, appearing oblivious to certain sounds, especially if they are particularly loud to neurotypical people, liking excessively loud music or TV or games. That me. My earphones are literally, they're never at the middle point in terms of volume. They're always like 3/4 of the way at least, to the point where the people sitting next to me in public transportation are probably just like, can she not? Like, can you not? Actually, I can't not. Thank you very much. Now, tactile hyposensitivity symptoms include having a high tolerance for pain, not being aware of being touched or bumped by things. And oftentimes what I find in people like this is they'll have cuts or bruises and not know how they got there. Someone will have to point out to them that they're bleeding without them noticing it first from a cut or something. They'll often seek out surfaces and textures that give a lot of tactile feedback. So they'll be really into different fabrics that like activate that part of their senses. I like to put objects in their mouth, yada, yada, yada. Now, olfactory, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but that kind of hyposensitivity includes failing to notice obnoxious odors, excessively smelling new toys, new people, new foods. Now, taste hyposensitivity includes biting your nails, biting your hair, and other things that one wouldn't typically digest. Preferring food with intense flavor, liking to put things in your mouth. Again, that's included in that too. Yeah, that's definitely me. I'm a chewer. I'm a chewer. Now, visual hyposensitivity includes often complaining that you're seeing double, fatigue really quickly with reading, writing, drawing, playing video games, and will often like trips to the dentist because of the vibration of the tools that they use to clean your teeth, or will just like using those vibrating toothbrushes. Now, vestibular hyposensitivity includes, I think an easy way to explain it would be kind of how your body fits into space and how your body relates to the space around you, to your environment. So you'll often find that the person will be rocking side to side. That's also me. Or will walk in circles while their body is rocking, just at mundane hours of the day. They can usually spin without feeling nauseated or dizzy for a larger amount of time than the average person, than the neurotypical person, because who's an average person? Now, proprioceptive hyposensitivity is the one that's interesting to me because it's the one that I just realized that I had, where it's you have difficulty understanding your body's senses, like the sensations that happen within your body. So things like feeling hungry, where your body is in terms of spatial awareness, spatial awareness. So you'll often bump into things, run into things, drop things. It's just really hard to decipher what it is your body is trying to tell you. So something that happens with me is I will tend to faint. And that only happens if I don't feed myself or I don't give myself enough water, or if I'm dehydrated. But the thing is, it's hard for me to detect that. And for the longest time, I would faint at random hours of the day. And I'd be like, wow, I ate today. What is going on? But the problem was that I ate 8 hours ago. And there was no alarm that went off in my head that said, hey, it's time to feed me. It's time to feed your body. And what would happen was I would only feel the alarms go off when I was about to pass out, but nothing in between. So I don't actually know what hunger feels like. Like, I don't actually know what that feels like. I just know what it feels like to be about to pass out. Like, that's it. So yeah, if you will know what hunger feels like, I would love for you to describe it to me in the comments, because to this day, she don't know, girl. Yeah, just a little fun fact about me. And so honestly, when I would faint a lot, it would suck. Like, I would feel guilty because I was like, why don't I just, like, why does this keep happening? I am feeding myself. Like, I know that I am. I love food. I love flavor. I am trying to eat, and I don't understand why my body is reacting this way. Well, it was because I wasn't eating at the times that my body needed. And the only way that I was going to be able to tell what my body needed was through trial and error, because I wasn't able to detect it by myself. So what I started doing was mapping out the times of the day and logging when I actually did eat something and what exactly I ate. And I know that seems, to the neurotypical person, it might seem strange, but for people like me, it's so necessary. So I'll probably have another video about food logging, but thank you so much for joining me in this mini-sode. It kind of was an extended mini-sode, but hey, it's been a while. I wanted to give y'all something a little special. See you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay weird, y'all. Bye.